Hello everyone, this is Danielle from Cageless Readings. I hope you're all doing good today. So this pick a card reading, we are looking for words of encouragement from your guides. So we're going to be looking at the struggle or situation you need support around right now, and suggestions and advice for you to help you through this time. So you can choose with either the crystal or the animal card that is facing up for each pile. Pile 1 is going to be this rod selenite. Or this coyote card. Pile 2 is the selenite pyramid. Or this eagle card. Pile 3 is this thicker piece of selenite. Or this lizard card. Okay, so please don't forget to take a few deep breaths, ground yourself, get yourself aligned with your intuition and your higher self before you choose your piles. And I will see you all in your card readings. Hello pile 1, you all chose the thinner piece of selenite and this coyote card. Okay, so let's just put all the cards down as usual, and then we'll look at the messages that are coming through for you. Phases and cycles, divine healing, experiencing grace, we create our own reality, and giving and receiving. Okay, pile 1. So the situation that they're showing me that you may be currently in or have been in cycles of getting into. So you might get into this, you might get out of it, and then you might get back into this as like a cycle or a pattern for you right now. And I just see a lot of cards here around you being a very giving, generous person. Some people would say you're a healer. Some people might call you a light worker. And all these things are true, but I see that the situation that you're struggling with is that you're feeling a little bit blocked in this area. So you at your core, I do see you're generous, very giving, nurturing, want to be helpful, are compassionate towards others, but I feel like you can attract in people who are looking for you to solve their problems for them. So they're almost people who are, I don't want to say too needy because that sounds not quite like the right wording. Like some people would say that about them. I don't think you do, but I think if you've talked to them about like their fears around their own self or things like that, they say that people have told them they're too needy. But really what it is that they need to look within themselves for the answers, and they're always going outside of themselves trying to find like the easy solution. They want you to just fix them. They want someone to just tell them what to do. They don't want to really have to figure things out on their own. So I do see that this attracting several of these types of people, or even just having one who gets more and more dependent on you. That could be the right word, dependent on you, that it becomes more and more draining, and that it blocks you off from helping other people who are more ready for your help, for your guidance is maybe the right word. Because I think this is a thing here. The word help isn't quite right. You aren't trying to help people, you're trying to guide them. You're trying to just pass along messages that they aren't able to hear right now that you can hear. But you aren't the solution. That's a big thing. You're just the support. And I just see here that they're saying, like, divine healing, that you need some more boundaries and protection around you with these people. And if you're finding a lot of them, this could just be a lesson for you around boundaries and knowing where you should be in the healing world. You shouldn't be giving people the answers that are right for them. You're just here to guide them and help them grow, help them heal. And you're not doing any of that actual work for them. You're just holding space and guiding. Which is why we always attract in people who have had similar experiences as us, because we can like mirror the solution, like the healthy way through it, but we aren't actually doing it for them. So I do see in here, it's like very interesting. I see like this one card saying, asking you to still be a healer, still guide and help others, but set up strong boundaries. And I see like energy shielding being very important, clearing your aura of any attachments also being really important. But then I just see in this card here is to not let these few people that you get stop you from being this compassionate, amazing, gentle healer or human being that you really are. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the laundry is just going on in this house, and all of a sudden you can really hear it. So hopefully it's not too loud in this video. Yeah, so I just really want to really stress that, because I feel like you can get worn out and stressed, and you can get I just see like a block around it. Like I see you naturally as a healer, and then there's like this lesson that's kind of blocking you. But really the lesson is just boundaries and knowing that although these people are asking you for the answer, because you are the mentor or the, I don't want to say like, no one's better than anyone, but you're the more experienced one. You see the situation more fully, and it's kind of in your hand to change the conversation. So if this person or these clients or this coworker or this family member, whoever they are, come to you and are like, just help me, can you show me how to do this? And they're really giving all their power to you, and they just want you to do all the work or just tell them what they should be doing, shift it. You are the wise one. You are the one who can see the situation for what it is. And instead of giving them the answers, change it back and say, what do you need right now? What do you think we should do about the situation? Because these people do have an opinion, but they don't even ask themselves. They're like, I have to go ask someone else. So you are actually teaching them through turning the questions back on them to start trusting their own inner knowings and guidance. And that is actually all you're really here to do, is teach people how to stop looking outside of themselves for the right answer, because the right answer is so dependent on who you are. And I think you all know this. So I don't know if this is clients or this is family members or coworkers or friends, but I have this suspicion that you've encountered this in a lot of different types of people. And like I said, it is here as a lesson for you to learn to set boundaries, but do it in a healthy way. Because they, like I had said at the start, and they are really stressing this. This is why I'm repeating it, is that they don't want you to take this as a lesson of you can't help people, people will drain you, people are exhausting, people abuse you, all those negative things. They're saying no, set your boundaries and still hold that compassionate space for the other people. Because you, like I said, are not the solution. You are just the guide. You are the support. You're the one to help encourage them and guide them back towards trusting their own inner self. And that's a really good lesson for yourself and for everyone, is that we're all here to trust ourselves and look within. And we can't get support from outside of us, but we can't take what they say as the ultimate right thing for us. So just to reiterate what they were saying here, so it says giving and receiving. The entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, which is give, or only inhale, which is receiving, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with exhalation. So it's really just another great metaphor for finding that balance and not shutting people completely out, but not letting them just take whatever they want. Because in a lot of ways, if you just do the work for them, if you just give them all your energy, that isn't letting them grow. You're just essentially enabling that pattern to continue. So I'm not actually getting that you need to shut these people out, but they're saying set your boundaries and shield yourself. So if you do energy shielding, do that. Cut your cords, your energetic cords, and just revert that conversation to come back towards them. And you know what? If they don't like that and they don't want to grow, then they just find somebody else and they teach that person the lesson you're learning right now. So it does end eventually. Either they stop asking you those questions because they know you're going to just get them to reflect back on what they think is right and they choose to accept that or not, or they find somebody different to fill the role that you were previously filling. And let's see. And then this phases and cycle card. So it says there is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So this is what made me think about you being stuck in this kind of cycle or pattern where you might be attracting in the same type of person again and again just until you learn it. And then honestly, you just won't attract people in like this because they don't like the answers that you're giving them. They want someone who just does the work for them, gives them the easy way out, and you're no longer going to be that person. You're going to be someone who's more of a hold space and gets people to reflect within. And then this is also saying like, just giving you some hope that this will end. I feel like you might be exhausted of either attracting in these type of people, of having to deal with it at all. And they're saying, don't worry, all things come to an end. This will end. It won't be like this forever. And they really just keep saying like, don't give up on being compassionate and being a healer or holding space for people, because you really do have a lot to offer the world and you really are doing a lot of great things and you really get people to look within, like even with like the moon card here and that representing like the deeper shadow side, our deeper emotions. And this woman here does not look afraid. She looks like she knows exactly where she's going. And I just feel like the end goal of all this is you're going to be someone who can help people dive deep into that uncomfortable side, the deeper emotion. So if you're not in healing work and maybe you're just a parent or maybe you are doing a job that has nothing to do with this, but a lot of your coworkers look towards you, maybe even your boss, for this kind of support, I wouldn't be surprised if this pile is kind of a multitasker. Like you have a different like job, I'm going to say in quotes, but because of who you are, that's also why you're there, because you're great for that type of person that you're surrounded by, to heal and grow from just being around you. So if, say, you're an architect, or you work in an office, you work construction, whatever you do, and you're like, this has nothing to do with healing, it really, you have this at your essence, at your core, that you shift these people, because you're essentially working around these people who have these kind of like blocks, like they kind of conform, they shut down some sides of themselves so that they would be free from judgment, and that they could live what society told them was the ideal life. And you're here to kind of get them to open up and to look at those emotions, look at those things they don't really like, and find like a deeper joy in their life. And this is all happening by you just being you. And I feel like for you being a role model, and they really do talk about like your energy itself, your loving energy, your compassionate energy that just emanates from you, people notice. So I actually do get how, like, some people say some people look shinier, or some people have more light around them. I think this is this pile. Like, I think people are literally attracted to your energy because it's very glowy and bright. It feels warm and loving and accepting, and they just want to be around you. And I think some people might take it as you're trying to hit on them. Some people might think that they just don't quite understand it because they've never really experienced it. So if you always have people say like you're flirty or they're hitting on you all the time, I think it's them misunderstanding this energy around you. You literally glow, and people can sometimes not understand that, and like I was saying, get different get misconceptions around that. And then the Coyote card, I guess I should talk about this since this is the card that you chose, really does kind of talk about, in this energy, what I was saying around, what should I say here? It says like revealer of truth, and I really just see it as someone who's able to see situations for what they are. So these people, although they might have this story about how they can't do something and they really need a lot of help, and they're helpless and they just need you to figure it out, you can see the situation clearer now. And I just see this is where it's going to talk about that lessons around boundaries setting and still holding compassionate space. And then I just want to read this line here where it says, great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. And don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Yeah. So this is definitely where the advice is coming in from your guides, where they're kind of saying this might be what you're in right now. This is the lesson. This is why it's probably exhausting for you. You're a little confusing about why you keep finding these people, or why people keep misunderstanding you. But their advice I see here, it literally is saying like to not shut down, not totally close off, but just set boundaries. So if you have a habit of just not talking to people anymore, just kind of like, I don't want to say ghosting, but like basically going silent, they're saying don't do that. Just remember to find a balance, because this cycle isn't balancing for you if you like let these people in and then you close them out. Once you feel like you have enough energy to go back in, you let them back in and then you go back out. They're just saying find balance. And here's a little message here about making sure to physically laugh, to bring up your energy, and it's saying fresh air, going outside. I think if you are close with some of your family members that don't feel draining, to spend time around them, because I do get that family can be a really good outlet for this pile. Like I said, just think though about like ones you feel supported by and aren't drained around. That's the kind of family members they're talking about here. And here it says, your body needs refreshment from oxygenated air generated by grass, trees, plants, and flowers. Spend time outside today, as near to Mother Nature as possible. Open your curtains and windows to refresh your home as well. So getting fresh air into your house, getting out any stagnant energy, and just letting that wind come through and do some clearing in there for you. Also, there's a little thing here around this pile needing to remember to trust their intuition a little bit more here. There's so much around having good intuition, but not always listening to it. Hopefully that makes sense to you all, and you might know in which areas of your life you might be experiencing that. But that's definitely coming through as well. Trusting your instincts. So this card here says, I inhibit no one. We each create our own reality. And on the back it says, as you find vibrational harmony with your desires, you are never inhibiting or preventing anyone else from living what they are creating, but you are controlling creating your own reality. Ooh, that's really good, because I do feel like for this pile, with the energy of like feeling sometimes guilty about saying no to some of these people, or setting boundaries, or feeling like you're not being compassionate enough, or whatever it is that you go through in this cycle, they are really saying like, know that these people that are coming to you and saying like, I feel like they could be very victim mentality, like I am powerless, these things happen to me, there's nothing I can do to change them. They might be a little more tended towards the negative, and I just feel like you can feel really bad if you're not getting in there and helping them out. And they're just saying, know that these people are creating this reality for themselves. They have to learn to help themselves to really get change. And that if you aren't going through as horrible of time as them, to not feel guilty about that. You deserve to have a great life. You deserve to feel energized and happy and have free time and not have to be as stressed out as them, or living in as much scarcity as them, or whatever it is. Not to feel guilty for being happy, essentially, or your dreams coming true. Because I feel like you can sometimes feel like that if you come into work after feeling like you had a great time over the weekend, and then this person or multiple people are saying how horrible it was and how life sucks and this happened to them, and like a whole list of things that went wrong. I feel like sometimes you can feel guilty about saying, I had a great weekend, I have an amazing partner, I have an amazing family, my friends were really cool and did this surprise for me. Like, I feel like you almost feel guilty about that sometimes around these people. But your guides are coming through and saying, don't ever feel guilty for being happy, for getting the pleasures or the dreams that you've been wanting to experience come into your life. These people have an opportunity to help themselves more than it seems. There is like this law of attraction, there is this law of manifestation, and that these people are still learning. So they're, like they said again at the start, you can still be compassionate and kind towards them, but know your boundaries. Energy shield, because I think that's the other thing. If you're working in the environment surrounded by maybe multiple people like this, you don't want to be taking on any of that energy. So the energy shielding would be really important. If you are interested in energy shielding, I would recommend using a gold bubble of light around you. That is what they're suggesting for you all. But you can always choose whatever color resonates with you. That's just a suggestion coming through for some of you in this pile. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. So I guess sort of the words of encouragement, just to reiterate that, is that they're saying this will come to an end, these phases and cycles that you find yourself in with these people. This is just a lesson for you to really grow and for you to really learn those boundaries. Yes. So it won't last forever. This is going to come to an end. And like I said, I feel like once you learn these boundaries, these people just aren't really going to talk to you as much, or they're not going to talk to you about this as much, because they know that you're just not really going to give them the easy way out like they want. You're not going to I guess kind of give them your energy is the word I want to use, because I think that's actually what you're doing, is giving them your energy. But I also see that you're still going to be very compassionate and true to yourself. At the end of this, you're not going to have gotten bitter towards some people in the world or anything like that. You're still going to be quite gentle-hearted, true-hearted, and but now you'll have the boundaries that you have learned. Okay. I think this is all I have for this pile. Hopefully that made some sense. They're saying get some more fresh air, get some laughing in. Don't be feeling guilty or bad about the things going right in your life. You are so deserving of it. You deserve to experience whatever you want to experience. You're so deserving of that. You're such natural healers, and so tender-hearted, and so, I just feel like, compassionate, empathetic, all these amazing qualities that just need a little bit of boundaries so that you aren't giving your energy away and feeling exhausted. So I guess I don't know if I actually read this. It says, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. And let's see, I think that was it. Okay, all right. So you all have a good one. I wish you the best of luck. You are such lovely souls. You've got this. Boundaries can be scary, but they are here because you're really going to grow from this, and it's going to help you help more people in the end, because you'll have these good boundaries where you'll only be guiding and helping those who are ready for it, who actually want it. Yes. Okay. This is all I'm going to say. You all have a good one, and I'll catch you around. Hello, pile 2. Okay, I just want to say, unfortunately, there's some laundry going on, so it might be a little bit noisy, but I'm hoping you all can hear me just fine. So you all chose this Selenite pyramid and the Eagle card, and I'm just going to put down all your cards, and we're going to see what you all got. So we have Divine Order, Transcendence, Intervention and Purpose. And then we have Confidence, and I can always reach for a thought that feels better. You know what? Let's just put it up here. Okay, pile 2. So there are some things happening for you here. I sense a lot of fear, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of fear about being able to do or be successful at or be good enough at the thing you're moving towards right now, feeling like you're not enough. Like you need so much more help. You might need guidance. You might need a teacher. Like you just can't do it on your own. Kind of energy, just scared. But everything I'm seeing here is showing you are strong. Just you is good enough. You are meant to be on this journey, this inward journey. on your own. And I don't mean that you can't have great supportive friends around you. That's not at all it. But I feel like you're wanting someone to sort of just tell you what you should do, how to get there, what's the right decision. And it's saying no. It's for you to explore. There is no right or wrong decision. You truly get to decide what you want to experience, what you want to do in this life, what you want to offer. Yes, there's soul purpose stuff, but you know what? You can choose what that is. If you don't totally feel like, let me put this better. Like your soul purpose could be to help people. So you could be saying, I don't know how to help people. Well, just you can look around, browse around, and see how you feel good about helping people. What do you want to help them with? There's no right or wrong. There's no one thing you're supposed to do. Your soul contract should just be to help people. So you can see how broad of a range that is. You could help heal them physically, spiritually, emotionally. You could help guide them. You could help them eat better. You could help them experience joy and playfulness. You could help them in so many ways. And that's kind of the way I see a lot of us stressing is, are we doing what we're supposed to do? Are we living up to our soul purpose? But our soul purposes are quite more broad than we think they are. We seem to think that there's just this exact thing we should be doing. But actually, if we just came here to be of light and to help shift the energy, you can imagine there's a lot of things in this world, in this lifetime, that you could do to shift the energy. And I know that's a little controversial because a lot of people feel like there should be one exact thing they should be doing. But from my experience and from someone who formerly believed that way, they're not so strict about it. We're the ones who put these weird limits and restrictions on like what exactly we should be doing. And for this pile, I feel like you're fearful of making the wrong choice, of not doing the thing you're meant to do or the thing you're supposed to be doing. And they're kind of saying, don't worry about that. I just feel like divine order, intervention and purpose, have confidence, mastery, everything's saying like, you're going to be a light for people. You're going to help people. And that's broad because you get to choose the way you want to help them. There's no wrong way or right way. There's just you helping people. And so they're just saying, have some confidence. And it's funny because I feel like for this pile, you might need to fake it till you make it because you don't have a lot of it, but they're saying, just go for it. Listen to what other people are saying. They're saying you're great. You're good at what you're doing. You're good at what you're trying to explore at getting into. And just keep going with that. Don't second guess and hide under a rock or in your home or not want anyone to see you because you're not going to help anyone there. That's counterproductive. Your whole purpose is to help people. So as long as you're doing that in any form, then you are living out your soul purpose. So they kind of are just saying, take some of the stress off of you there with that. So yeah, the situation that you're struggling with, I would say, is just like fear of not being good enough, fear of not succeeding, fear of really wanting to be good and going into this new field that you're going into, but fearful that you aren't good enough, you aren't ready, you aren't bringing what people need, you won't know what to do, like just, all those thousands of thoughts. And I do get to this part, I really want someone just to tell them, here's what you do, here's the step-by-step, but that's not the way it works. You get to decide. You get to decide how you help people. You get to decide the things that are important to learn so that you can be confident and strong at what you do. There's no one here telling you that these are the rules because there are no rules. Imagine that. There are no rules. Oof, I feel like that scares this pile. Okay, so the other thing coming through here though, there are some suggestions and advice for you. Something around cosmic awakening is very clear here. You can take with that what you may. They're just saying the words cosmic awakening are important for you. You are having a cosmic awakening. Something about flowers are very important for this pile, and sacred geometry is also very important for this pile. You might be really intrigued by Egyptian times, Egyptian era, and sacred geometry and the flower of life. Um, but yeah, there's kind of like this interesting thing happening there. They're saying it's all very important to you, but they're not really giving me details on why. So maybe it's just stuff that you've been intrigued by, where you're like, what does sacred geometry mean? What's happening in the cosmos? I want to know more about that. And just, yeah, something about flowers I still can't quite understand. Flowers having a lot of meaning. Maybe you see a lot of flowers and you should be looking at the spiritual meaning of those flowers, or there might be specific guides that resonate or are symbolized by certain types of flowers that you should be looking into. Something there though. But the other interesting thing here is you have two cards. Do you have two cards? Intervention purpose. You actually could have three cards about divine masculine energy coming through. So the divine order card feels very divine feminine, and this is with being okay, being you, like the it's okay just to be, just be who you are, embrace who you are kind of energy. And then the divine masculine coming through is saying essentially it's time to start taking action. So I think for this pile, how I was saying, there is a lot of fear and you're just kind of waiting until that fear goes away, or you're waiting until your doubts are gone. And the divine masculine's coming in to say, it's time to take action. It's time to, like it says, transcend these fears. Time to move or push through despite having these fears about if you're going to be good enough, if you can do it, how it's all going to play out. They're saying just go for it. It's time to go for it. It's time to take a step. And I do feel like this is in more of the spiritual world. I think that's where the fear is coming from. I think this is more energy healing kind of work, a little more unaccepted forms of healing. So you could be a card reader, you could be someone who's doing acupuncture, but you're doing it with a lot of energy intentions and you're scared of people making fun of you, or you're doing Reiki, or you're doing meditation classes, yoga. You're doing something by a lot of people's standards who are watching these card readings would find totally normal and things that they want to do, but your previous occupation or upbringing has taught you that it's weird and that people are going to think you're crazy or all this sort of stuff. And that's the fear that's actually blocking you. It's not the peers around you now necessarily. It's the fears from your past, from your upbringing, from old coworkers, from old friends. But people are really changing right now. The earth is changing. People are like wanting to go deeper. People are more open to this. They're still shy about it. There's still a lot of people who are intrigued in this, but are very not open about it. They don't tell their friends about it from I guess I would say like their old life, their old way of seeing things. A lot of people were woken up during COVID. So a lot of these people who are now very open to learning more about energy stuff have still approached it with nervousness. And a lot of their friends don't know, or family don't know, that they've really changed since COVID in this way. So I feel like you're not the only one if you're going through this, but there's actually way more people who want this type of healing, this type of work than meets the eye. Once you get into these circles, you realize that a lot of people want this stuff. They want card readings and Reiki and that deeper energy healing. They want to learn how to meditate better. They want to learn how to do better breath work. They want to learn to be more connected with themselves. And they know that the way we've been doing things hasn't been working. There's a lot of illness, there's a lot of disease, so something isn't working. So that's where the have confidence comes in, where it says moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God or the universe is enough. along with knowing that the God or universe works through you and with you in all ways. Lean upon us if your confidence wavers. We will bring you courage and faith. So this right here tells me that your guides know that there is so much self-doubt and fear right now that you asking you just to have confidence and figure it out doesn't really feel possible for you at this point in time. That will change, because I feel like as soon as you do more of this work, you get into this divine masculine energy and just do it, get into it, practice it, offer it to people, it's going to change with time. So they're saying, we understand that you can't just be asked to be confident and we'll just be there, but we want you to know to like lean on us, you know, ask us for confidence, ask us for support, ask us for the right people to come forward so that we can get you in a place where you're feeling this strong confidence in yourself that is true, that is coming from you, so that you can bring this service to the world, this healing, whatever practice you're trying to shift into, whatever services you're trying to shift into, you can bring into the world and offer to people, because it's so time. I mean, there's 3 cards here saying it's time. Actually, you could count this as well as saying it's time for you to take action and do it. Not wait until there's no fear or hesitation, because they're saying there will always be fear until you just do it and you get that confidence built up within yourself. And it's totally natural and normal. That's another message. You're saying, don't get upset with yourself for being fearful or having these doubts, because a lot of people experience it, but the way to get through it is by taking action. Yeah, very important. And here we go. This card says, your decision to reach for a thought that feels good is a powerful decision, for it serves you in many ways. The better feeling thought reverberates within you, opening passages to well-being that reach far beyond this one good feeling thought. Okay, so this is just clearly saying, like, they know that you're having a lot of self-doubt. You might be talking some negative thoughts in your head, and they're just saying, breathe. I definitely get that for this pile. Breathe a few times. Make sure you breathe a few times to the point where you realize that your shoulders can relax and they're not like up by your ears from tension and stress and fear and doubt. And just breathe a few times and just go, I'm so excited to be of service to others. I'm so excited to bring a new type of healing to others. And they're really saying, come away from the thoughts about you, like you aren't good enough, you aren't this, you aren't that, and just come to the thing of the greater world, the greater universe. Like, I'm so grateful for what I can bring to others. And I think that will help. It's like getting out of the I mentality into the we mentality, and how can I be of help to the collective is good for this pile. It helps you not think about what you aren't doing right or what you aren't doing enough of. And like I said, these all feel very false. They all feel like just ego, self-doubt thoughts. But when you focus more on what the public needs, what the people around you need, the collective need, that gets you out of that space and into like, oh, I want to be the change in the world that people need. And that's the energy they want to see you in. So the advice is to kind of shift more into that. When you're starting to go down like this little tunnel of like self-doubt and fear and like kind of negativity, and focus on just that the change I want to see in the world, and that I can bring it in. I can be the change. And getting that practice in. Really, if there's anything you're going to take from this card reading, it's saying to take action now and to explore these topics that are so intriguing to you. The sacred geometry, the cosmos, whatever's going on with these flowers that I can't quite figure out. Yeah, they're just saying you're just scratching the surface now. Like, in this card, I really see that you're just like small raindrops on a pond. You still have so much to learn, but you are not going to learn anything until you just get in there and start doing it. Okay. Not, I'll also just read this card. It says Eagle and Mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. So just on a last note before I let this pile go here, this is really just saying, and I feel like it's really just speaking to a lot of different things that I was kind of talking about, but like you want to master something before you even do something. But I do see that they're saying the mastery will come along the journey. You don't just wake up a master at whatever it is you're going into. You learn through trial and error, through practice, through taking action. You can read all you want, but it's the physical action that gets you the experience. Don't forget that for this pile. And then I also see that they're saying, like, although you might be fearful that the people you know aren't open to this, you being true in yourself, being open, being strong and confident in what you're doing is what changes the world. Like it says, it inspires others to be more open. Because as I was saying, I think a lot of people are actually quite interested in this ethereal sort of work, energy work, and they're too scared to be open about it. So they might poke fun at it, they might joke about it, but really they're just testing the waters to see how other people feel about it because they're not confident enough to say, I kind of think there's something there. I think something is real here. So it's almost like you are here to be the brave leader and show people the way, show people the possibilities. Yeah, I definitely do get leadership energy from this pile. You're not really someone who follows somebody else. You're usually the pioneer. You're the one who takes the first few steps and really gets things going for the others, and then the others follow. So just something to think about. Okay, that's all I have for this pile. Best of luck. Take those action steps. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Take action. Don't wait for the fear and the self-doubt to go away. Don't wait to be a master because you need the physical practice, the physical action to become the master at this that you want to be. Okay, that's all I have for you all. Best of luck. Know that you're gonna get there, that you are just, yeah, you are the pioneer. So you go through it a little bit harder than the others, but you're gonna do it. You're gonna get there. You've got this. Hello, pile 3. You all chose the wider piece of selenite. Just put that there. So we are going to get into it. We have for the animal card, the lizard. And then we have higher learning, call to action, devotion, and perfect timing, as well as I look for more reasons to appreciate. It's really neat how there is like a color pattern going on here with lots of purples and a lot of blues and just a tad of orange. Hello, pile 3. Okay, so I was just uploading my video to add in subtitles when I realized that for some reason the whole card reading for you got entirely deleted. I'm not sure what happened. It recorded just like the first couple of minutes that you just saw, and then it erased the actual whole card reading. So I debated for a bit, but I've come to the conclusion that I will just redo the card reading, and hopefully this time it all works out. It's always a little disappointing because I felt like this pile had some really great messages, some crazy things come up, and it's always just a little disheartening when you're like, oh, I talked for like 30 minutes and it all got erased. So anyways, let's just get into it, I guess. I figure maybe I should just smudge the air a little bit here, get rid of my vibes of frustration. They're not directed towards this pile. It's more for not understanding why this happened, but it did. So I must not have worded something correctly or something like that. Okay, so let's see. The theme of this was words of encouragement from your guides. And we were talking about struggles or situations you need support around right now. And suggestions and advice for you to help you through this time. Okay, I'm just double checking that there isn't a different message coming through than the one I channeled last time. Just seeing if perhaps that is why I'm redoing this. Okay, maybe there is a little bit. Okay, so initially when I was doing this, I was saying that this pile was definitely from the cosmos, definitely starseed relation. These three spirit guides or ascended masters, however you want to look at them, are all closely linked with the cosmos and I find sacred geometry as well. That one might be a little debatable if you know them a little bit, but yes, they're definitely talking about sacred geometry and that you communicate and get downloads from them. You've been channeling messages from them. Some of you, it might be consciously when you're meditating, you are channeling their messages, or they're talking to you might be the better word. Not all you are channeling. Some of you are literally just communicating with these three here. And they all really talk about similar things. They're all talking about bringing more enlightenment to this world. They're all talking about being of light and love. And then the thing that's coming through for this, so this was the pile that didn't really correlate totally with the questions I had stated, but it does at the same time. So they talk less about a situation you're in, but more about what they're asking from you and what they want you to do. So if you've been wondering what your guides are wanting you to know or wanting you to pursue doing, if you've been asking that, their suggestions for you, they're coming through with it's time to start verbalizing and communicating what you have learned. So everything here is very blue, different shades of blue, of course, right? And I just keep seeing like the message coming through again and again that everything you've learned from these strong, very supportive, they feel very, very cemented in your life right now. I don't know if you know this or not, but I do see that like there's these three figures from different backgrounds. So this guide here literally is what are they called? I believe Pleiadian. It might be an I can't speak all of a sudden, but anyways, this one is from like the star world, has not been on Earth, and I feel like this is the advantage she holds for you in your like council of guidance. And that's kind of what they're saying. They say you have a strong guidance council on the spiritual side. These guides stand behind you and they give you advice. They discuss with you. It's not like they're not giving you orders. I have to make that very clear. They're literally just guiding you and supporting you. They're using the wisdom and their third party perspective to guide you. And so they've been doing this for a while. And yeah, they're still going to be with you at the end of this. Like they're just saying it's time for you to share what you've learned. Some of you might be thinking about writing a book, doing a podcast, doing a YouTube channel, teaching others what you have learned. So you might look like setting up some courses or classes if you have like a business right now, like maybe you're doing yoga, or you're doing something, I don't know, Reiki, or it could be anything. It could be acupuncture, it could be physiotherapy, it could be massage therapy, it could be anything. It could be something not even related to that. And you have been hesitant about when is the right timing to bring in this wisdom, this guidance, this knowledge that you've learned. And I'm getting that now is the right time. So it says perfect timing. Regeneration also really, really reiterates that to me. It's like time for you to adapt to, sorry. I'm so sorry. My cats were really calm before I started recording this, and then as soon as I had to record it and I felt a little pressured at a time because it does take a while to upload, but they started going crazy. So I'm like, oh, I'm sure this is a message for me or for you about something. So if it makes sense to you, awesome. I'm still trying to figure it out right now. Anyways, so here it says lizard regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt, embrace your transformation, put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. So it just really is speaking to me on the fact that it's time for you to shift and adapt and transform into this new leader or teacher that these people are needing. And it's interesting because I was going to say, I don't feel like you need to take big steps, but what these cards are telling me is you're quite ready for this. You have a lot of knowledge. I get very similar to like Joe Dispenza energy from this pile. Like you have this very intellectual understanding of what's going on, of all these things you've downloaded. So I just get it around like the purpose of life, the whole matrix thing, manifestation, true self-mastery, like knowing to go within. Like there's just so much like wisdom there. There's so many things that you understand, that you truly know. And I'm just getting that, like it says, call to action. Time for you to bring this information to others. I want to read this perfect timing card. So it says, now is the perfect moment for you to act on your inspirations. The doors are open. While you walk through them with us by your side, don't delay or procrastinate, as all of the ingredients are ripe for your success. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting your positive outcome. So I get this as your like council, as they call themselves, your high council of your high council or your spiritual team are saying, like, we're with you, we're not leaving you, we have orchestrated, everything is aligning, everything, if you've been manifesting it in, is aligning, everything is coming together. Now is the time for you to take action. And I feel like another message that they keep saying is adapt to the new world. And that might mean more to you than it does to me, but I just feel like since this January, I've noticed that things have shifted a lot. Like, I truly believe that this earth is on the fifth dimension now, and that people are needing some help to get up to speed with that. And other people, just by the earth shifting, have started to wake up, and they need someone like you to come in and help them understand. Like, some of them have been asleep essentially for so long, and they're a little confused about what's going on. And I feel like you're one of those teachers that are going to come up and come through to help support them and get them on the right track. I definitely get a lot of energy about your souls being quite wise and old. For you to even be able to be in this position of delivering such knowledge, such things to other people. Your soul has done this a few times. And I also do think like your soul might, it doesn't mean it has to have been originated from the Pleiadians, but it most certainly has had lifetimes there of reincarnating there. And I think that's why there's so much specifically of that kind of energy stepping forward. But there is another one. There's that Andromedan, I think that's it. I couldn't say it earlier. Energy coming through as well. So I don't know if you part of the High Council, one of them is from there, or if your soul is from there, and that's where the energy coming through. But all in all, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because as you probably know, we all are interconnected. We all are one. So we all technically are everything. So that doesn't overly matter, but it's just interesting, the strong presence. I think what they're telling me is the reason why like that energy might be important for you is getting validation that the Pleiadians mission for Earth is also your mission, and that the Andromedan mission for Earth is also your mission, as well as it's Saint Melchizedek. I actually see this as Archangel's energy. His energy is very similar to that. So you almost see like you have like the guidance and the presence of the archangels supporting you, and Krishna, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. I'm blanking on her all of a sudden. It's so funny because like I said, I've just done this, but yeah, her energy symbolizes something completely different. You know what also I'm just realizing too is that I feel like you have a very good balance between like a strong masculine energy, a feminine energy, and I feel like this here symbolizes them working together. So there's a lot of things going on here for you. You're very, very ready. You're very well balanced, and like I keep saying, you really have this wisdom that tuning into your energy really comes through as this high wisdom that I don't often feel when I'm reading people's cards. What else? Okay, we're gonna look at this card. It says, I look for more reasons to appreciate. The more I appreciate, the better I feel. The better I feel, the more I'm allowing who I am to flow through me. The more I allow who I am to flow through me, the better I feel. Cool. I can't even remember what I was going to say about this card now. Getting a little distracted. It's so interesting because I actually feel like this one's talking a little bit about not forgetting the feminine energy and being safe to be, being safe to create, being safe to be authentically you. So I wonder if right now a situation that this pile might be struggling with is just chaos, like chaotic energy surrounding you, and maybe it being distracting, as I don't know if I've ever felt so chaotic when doing a card reading. My cats keep like dive bombing each other and ripping around, and then sirens keep going off. I don't know if you're gonna hear any of them. I keep trying to like stop talking and then talk once they're gone. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's only two things, but when they're really going crazy, it sure seems like a lot. So maybe you just feel a little out of it, a little chaotic, a little overwhelmed. And I would say that if that is how you're feeling, your guides are really coming through, or your high council, as they say, is really coming through to bring you support and say they are here, you're ready. Stay steady and communicate and share those messages. And just like they're saying, right now is the right time. Don't doubt that. Even if things are feeling chaotic, now is the right time. And then just with the whole thing about like lizards, they're very adaptable, they're very resilient. I always picture them living in very harsh environments, but still coming through and thriving, just as they are. So I wonder if this is a little bit of how you are right now with the chaos, and maybe with feeling like you're coming out of a bit of a rut or a hard place to be, or maybe even in a place where there's like a lot of violence or a lot of people who really, really need to basically have the wisdom that you have so that their lives won't be so hard or so chaotic, so negative. So there is a little message here about continuing to meditate, if that is what you're doing when you're getting these guidances from them, where it says, you have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. I get that they're saying you've already done a lot and you've done enough to share with others, but I also am getting that to continue, because although you are already much wiser than a lot of people here, there's so much more yet for you to learn. So don't feel like you've just hit the top of the roof or anything. There's still so much for you to learn and grow. And if some of you have been debating about doing a retreat, some sort of meditation retreat, I believe is what they're saying. Or it could be some sort of like Kundalini yoga, Kriya yoga, Tantra. Sorry, they're saying it's very feminine energy kind of retreat. They're saying to move forward with that. If you've been thinking about it, this is a good time for that. This will give you that push you're needing if you're feeling chaotic and like you're not quite ready. That will get you there. And that is a specific message for someone. So don't feel like you all need to resonate with that going on a retreat somewhere. Okay. I think I'm going to leave this here. I hopefully conveyed all the messages they were wanting. It did turn out quite different than the last one. The last one was very long and had a little bit of a different energy to it. So yeah, maybe that's why we're doing this one again. I also just feel like I got to end it here because my cats are just going too crazy. They're just running over the table and stuff. So there's only so much like clipping out of that you can do before you're like, okay, this is just a chaotic day. So I'm gonna leave it here. Best of luck with you all. You have an amazing high council supporting you and behind you, and whatever it is that you need to share with the world, you've just got so much support behind you to help you with that. Okay. You all have a good one, and I'll see you around. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Reiki section of this card reading. It will only be about 8 minutes long. And please just remember to ground yourselves by taking a few deep breaths before starting, and affirm or say yes if you would like to receive it. Today's intention is to just really send the energy to your body and let it do with it what it knows it needs. So the intention is more towards realignment and healing for your body, but I am trusting that your body knows what it needs. Okay, so I'm gonna get started right away. Here we go. Okay, everyone, that's the end of this Reiki session. Please remember to drink a lot of water and just slowly come back into your physical body. Maybe wiggle your toes, stretch your arms, stretch your neck, and slowly get up when you're ready, but don't rush it if you felt like you really were out for the last 10 minutes or so. Okay. You all have a wonderful day. I will see you all around. Best of luck. And I hope you feel amazing today.